So I bought this bike for one reason, because I was inspired by other motovloggers. I wanted to tell my own story on the road, and at first it was pretty great. I was learning how to film my rides, figuring out my voice, and when people started leaving like positive feedback, it felt good. You know, I thought, well, maybe this could actually turn into something. Who knows? Actually, some of the same content creators that you follow is who inspired me to do my own thing on the bike. And I started, I don't know if any of you remember, but I started with a truck bicycle. And I would start filming some of my rides with the little truck I had. And then again, I started watching the motovlog channels, and I'm like, that is so cool. And I tell the story before, but I used to have a bike when I was in my early 20s, like a Yamaha, I think it was, or a Suzuki, I can't remember now. It was only a little 500cc, but it was breaking down all the time. It was just a used bike that I bought for like 900 bucks, and it was in the shop more than it was on the road. So I unleashed it to the actual mechanic that kept working on it. He felt bad for me. He's like, look, how much did you pay for this thing? I'm like, 900. He's like, you want to get rid of it? I'm like, yes. So I sold that. But that was my early days, you know. I was in my early 20s. So I'm like, well, maybe it would be cool to ride again. I started watching these moto vlogs, you know, some of the guys and gals that you follow today. So I started researching bikes. You know, do I want a motorcycle? Do I want something easier, something small? And then I started watching, I guess what you could call these little automatic scooters like I have here, the Honda ADV 150. And the PCX. I really wanted a PCX 150, but I could not find one anywhere, especially locally. And I didn't feel like paying the shipping cost to get one shipped to me across the country. So anyway, long story short, eventually this Honda ADV 150 showed up at a local dealership. Actually 3 of them in the local showroom. And I'm like, you know what? That thing is badass. I got to get one of those. So that's why I bought one of these. And it's kind of been my go-to ever since, of course. Can't afford multiple bikes, so hey, this one fits the bill just fine. So then I started again learning how to film. I got my camera, tried to figure out my audio. There was a lot of trial and error at first, but I got it down pat where now I have 2 cams. My audio is pretty decent, and this stuff is really not expensive, what I have now. Like I said, this GoPro cam is only, like this one was a GP6, and hell, that was only $200 like 4 or 5 years ago. So I did add the second camera, which you see here facing me, and that's a GoPro 9, but that wasn't too bad either. I didn't spend a lot of money for it. And you know, all in all, basically the gear that I have to film my rides is not much at all, not expense wise I'm talking about. But yeah, those first comments, you know, that I got on my channel when I did create it, you know, I'll never forget them. That was a lot of fun, and that really is what inspired me to keep doing this. Well, as the years passed, I don't know, some say it's just the motovlog niche that kind of suffered because it became saturated. Everybody and their brother was creating motovlog channels, and I guess people just got tired of watching them. I don't know, but it kind of did. I think it was starting to go south actually right when I got into it, believe it or not. So it is what it is. But then my channel just started to just go flatline, really. And it was frustrating because it's time consuming. I put a lot of effort and, you know, sweat and tears, not tears, sometimes. But I put a lot of effort into this. And it's just one of those things where it wasn't growing like I thought it was going to. You know what I mean? No matter what I did, I tried everything, believe me. And I just wanted to, you know, probably do this full time one day. That was my motive, right? I love doing it. I love creating, and I wanted to do it full time. But just the nature of the business and stuff kind of prevented me from doing it. So I still have to work for the man, because really to get a YouTube gig where you're doing it full time, oh yeah, good luck with that. You know, you got to have a really successful channel for that. I'm talking about, you know, 100,000 subscribers or even more, probably. I don't even know. It's out of my range, let me tell you that. Then I kind of got, I wouldn't call it a full-fledged depressed, okay, but it did bother me quite a bit, because I'm like, oh man, you mean I gotta work for another 5 to 7 years in my corporate gig? Are you kidding me? You know, because honestly, if somebody had a choice to do something they really love versus working, yeah, that's why they call it work, right? I mean, it's tolerable at best, but you know, nobody really wants to work if they don't have to. And I don't consider this work, I consider this fun. So that's kind of where that leads. It's just, it got very disheartening to put so much time into this and then just have it flatline like that. Honestly, I thought about quitting this channel, probably, I'm not kidding you, dozens and dozens of times. I'd wake up in the morning and I'm thinking to myself, why am I even bothering doing this? Nobody cares. Nobody really, whether I fell off the earth or not, nobody really cared. Nobody would miss this channel, I guarantee you. So then I got real close several times to pulling a plug. And then the spring here happened where I fell off a ladder and broke my ankle. Compound fracture, you know the story. If you don't know the story, go back in my video history and you can see all the stuff that happened about my broken ankle. Well, I had big plans for the channel this year, 2025, and since I broke my ankle, I couldn't ride for probably over 2.5 months. So that was another reason I'm like, why do I keep doing this? Now I can't even ride. And this wasn't a good year. It wasn't a good year at all. Actually, the last 2 years was just like touch and go. Should I even do this anymore? Being honest with you guys. And I still think about that today. But then, out of nowhere, I'd get a comment. Then that's all it takes. One comment that was really positive, really encouraging, and then I'm like, no, maybe I can do this after all. So I really owe it up to you guys who leave comments that, I don't know if it's a thing that I really should be wishing for, but when you leave a comment like that and it's positive and it's encouraging, that honestly is what keeps me going. No doubt about it. And with each comment like that, it's just a reminder of why I started this. It really is. Reflects back to those very first comments. But yeah, the injury for the ankle, that sucked. I'm still trying to get over it. I'm able to walk somewhat normal now. Can't go down steps real well or up steps real well, but I can definitely ride my bike now, and I could at least get around now, so that's cool. But who knows if I'm going to walk with a limp the rest of my life, especially with my shoes off. Now, when I got my shoes on, I can walk without limping, honestly. But it starts to get sore after a while. My ankle will get really tired and start to ache if I walk on it too much. I'm finally starting to get out there and ride again, but guess what? Now fall is coming up. I guess it would be pretty cool to get some footage of some fall colors, you know, when the trees start to change and whatnot. But yeah, so the riding season once again is starting to come to an end, unless I want to buy some really heavy winter gear. Then what I decided to do is like, well, maybe I need to change my channel up a little bit. So I thought long and hard about, should I just create a new channel name, completely do a different rebrand, things of that nature. And then I came up with the idea like, well, let's just make it more simple. I ride a scooter and my name is Scott, right? Scooter Scott. So that's how that came about. I'm thinking maybe if I just make it simple and tell YouTube what I'm all about instead of being all over the map, maybe my videos will get, you know, pushed out a little better. It honestly made no difference. I don't know if I'm cursed with YouTube, but I tell you what, no matter what I try to do, guys, I get no exposure. My videos are not getting in front of anybody, I guess, because if they do, people really enjoy the videos and they comment, but my goodness, it's like, what do you got to do, right? It is virtually just head scratching how that works. This is really pretty back here. Look at all the cattails and stuff. I didn't even know. Man, you talk about a bird oasis. My goodness. This is awesome. It is what it is. I've probably started maybe 2 or 3 new channels over the years thinking, well, maybe I'll just create a brand new channel and do something that where I don't have to ride, right? Where I could just sit on my butt at my computer and do something. Because then I can do it all year long, right? I don't have to worry about riding. So I still have that in my mind. And maybe that's a possibility. I'm still not fully, it's fully not out of the question yet. Because I do like to create video. I do like to engage with people and present. That's just what I am. I guess I'm a creator. I've always have been. I've been a graphics designer, then I went into computers, so I've always been kind of the creative mindset. Photography, my goodness, can't forget about photography, right? So yeah, all these things just I like to do. So I don't know if I should pull the plug. I really hate to, because I do generate, I mean, I do get subscribers every day, honestly. I gotta be grateful for what I have in this channel, but really it's just, what do you do to make it grow like you really want it to? I don't think the motovlog niche is, like a few of you have already told me, is really it's kind of dead. Maybe it'll come back, I don't know, but I'm not betting the bank on it at all. This is pretty cool. Man, I tell you what, where I live, the construction of these type of buildings for distribution is huge. We got a building like this, 100, 200 yards long, going up like every week. This is like the hub for distribution where I live in this city. It's crazy. And there's a local airport, that's why you hear planes and stuff, Butler County Regional. Well, anyway, yeah, I could just ride back here and there's nobody around. Ride back here all day long, practice my maneuverability. There's actually a car back here? Who knew? Yep, all kind of stuff being built. So guys, take a little break here. So what do you think? I mean, it's a great bike. You know, I don't plan on selling it or, you know, doing anything. I mean, I might as well keep the channel. I might as well just keep doing this because it is nice to get out there and ride. Like I said, though, wintertime coming up in probably another month or 2. Well, probably 2 actually. Ducks. Sounds like somebody shooting a gun. Don't know what the heck that was, but probably don't want to stick around here. Well, anyway, yeah, it's a nice bike. This is, like I said, if you're new to my channel, this is a 2021 Honda ADV 150. And I don't know what the hell that noise is. So anyway, yeah, basically I only got I got very low mileage on it. I'm kind of embarrassed to say what I have on it, but that's okay. It's not about how many miles you ride, it's about the experience. You know, and if I just like to scoot around town and stuff, let me see how many miles I have on this thing. $2,475 miles on a 2021. Yeah, you guys are probably laughing like, oh gosh, I'll put that on in a month. Well, you know, that's great. I envy you guys that can do that. So once again, I'm at a crossroads, guys. Should I keep the channel? Should I just say, you know what, see you later? I'm gonna stop the YouTube thing, at least for this channel. I'm still gonna ride the bike and not worry about the cams and the talking and just ride it for fun. It's really tempting just to do that. Look at that blue heron, can you see it? That's awesome. So yeah, it's real tempting just to, like, you know, say stop this madness, quit worrying about everybody else, and just get out there and ride. You don't need to have a channel for it, you know. But at the same time, half the fun of my channel, guys, is creating content. I really love to edit video. I like to put things together. So it's more than just riding a bike for me. It's actually like a production. So I hope that makes sense. And if you don't do YouTube, or you know, you've never done this before, it's hard to understand that. I get it. But for some of you that have the channel, or a channel yourself, or thinking about a channel, I mean, I would say go for it. It's not like hurting anybody. If you want to put the time and energy into something like that, you know, more power to you. It's a lot of work though, and I would say the return on investment is not going to be very great. If you do, you're gonna be very lucky, one of the few. But because I follow a lot of you guys that have channels, and some of you got into the business before I think the motovlog scene kind of died down. It's becoming a stalemate now, as you know. But you might as well keep the channel going, right? Why not? What are these people doing? Oh, they're turning around because there's a train. There's a train, there's a train. Well, the good thing about a little scoot like this is you can do a U-ey right in the middle of the road. Can't tell. I think there's a train stuck on the, you know, the only thing about these damn roads is the trains literally stop on the tracks, and they'll sit there for half hour because they can't move because it's so busy. That's a bad thing. Anyway, so look at the duck, 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 duck. Woohoo! Well, anyway, guys and gals, thanks for tuning into the channel. If you are new here, I appreciate you. I will get subscribers almost every day now, so that's good. And I just consider, you know, maybe I just keep plugging away and, you know, see what happens. It's all about really the joy out of it. And some days I lose that joy because I think I'm putting way too much pressure on myself. Other times I don't really worry about the channel and how much it grows, and I just get out there and ride, you know, and that's what I'm supposed to do anyway. But yeah, I think this channel for me is like a double-edged sword, man. There's days where I love to do this and I get excited and I go out here and I ride and I create a video and I feel like I have a pretty good story behind it, and it just like bloop, nothing. I'm like, my goodness, what is wrong with this YouTube thing, right? Tell you what though, YouTube's making a mint, aren't they? They entice all these creators to get on here, and they're gonna blow it up, and they're gonna be able to quit their day jobs, and yeah, that's not reality. Everybody tries to be a Mr. Beast or whatever. and it just really is really hard. Unless you have a team to help you, you got multiple people like filming, editing especially, putting everything together, drones, multiple cameras. I mean, I have 2 cameras, but I tell you what, you need a lot more than that. And the hardest part is tearing everything down, getting off the bike, setting up a camera somewhere else on the ground. You know, nobody wants to do that. It takes a lot of energy, right? So that's why I avoid it. I'd rather just ride and kind of yak, you know. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, thanks for subscribing, thanks for commenting, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Oh my gosh.